Dan Willis here, and we're talking about Jefferson Capital Systems and specifically how to negotiate, settle, and pay off Jefferson Capital collections. Now, first, you should only enter into negotiations directly with Jefferson Capital Systems after you've had your account validated and checked the statute of limitations. We shared that here in an earlier video. If you happen to miss it, we'll include a link in the description below. If your account is validated and it's within the statute of limitations, our next step is to negotiate a settlement agreement directly with Jefferson Capital Systems. And there's two parts to your agreement, and you should get this in writing. First, always negotiate to settle your debt for much less than the total balance. Generally, you'll be able to negotiate and settle for as little as 15% up to about 45% of the balance. And especially you'll be able to settle for just pennies on the dollar if this is a Jefferson Capital Systems bought the rights to your account from yet another debt collector. As we shared in the first video, they are a junk debt collector, meaning they buy the rights to consumer debts from other collection agencies. These are the accounts that the other collection agencies weren't able to collect payment on. Nevertheless, this is standard operating procedure. They will be happy to accept a settlement for less. That's normal part of the process. The second part of your agreement is you must get Jefferson Capital Systems to agree that in exchange for your payment, they'll stop reporting your account information to all three of the credit bureaus. This is mission critical because if you neglect this part of your agreement, after you make payment, we're going to get stuck with that paid collection on our credit reports. And as we shared in the first video, that can drag your credit score down by up to 100 points. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, we need to take a moment and dispel this idea of a pay-for-delete model. If you're unfamiliar, this is where we first demand Jefferson Capital Systems delete the negative item on our credit report, and then we'll make payment. It sounds wonderful. It sounds terrific. It's just not realistic. It's about as likely as Jolly St. Nick visiting every single house in America on Christmas Eve. It's not practical. It's like the BS theory that college professors spew like gospel. You're welcome to try it all day long, but for the pragmatic and the much more effective approach, simply get them to agree to stop reporting your account information to all three of the credit bureaus in exchange for your payment, and you'll see why that is so important here in just a moment. Now let's talk about cleaning up your credit reports. Once you have your agreement and you've made payment, our next step in order to get this Jefferson Capital collection listing off of your credit report is to take action and use more of your rights as a consumer, this time those specifically granted under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, passed way back in 1970. What this federal legislation does, it enables you, me, and Joe to dispute and challenge any item on our credit report so long as we believe it's inaccurate, misleading, or made in error. And yes, we're going to dispute this Jefferson Capital collection listing on your credit report. There's three ways to file your credit report dispute. You can do it online, over the phone, or by mail. Once the credit bureaus get your dispute, they first get to decide and deem it valid, which they're required to investigate, or they can deem it frivolous. This is a whole other conversation for a whole other time and place, so of course subscribe and join our congregation. If they find it frivolous, in short, they'll request more information. Once they find it valid, the Fair Credit Reporting Act requires them to investigate the item. They'll call it a reinvestigation. Nevertheless, they'll contact Jefferson Capital Systems and ask them for verification of your account. As per your settlement agreement with Jefferson Capital Systems, they will not verify your account when the credit bureaus investigate. That's that second part of your agreement. And in accordance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if the credit bureaus cannot verify your account, then they must remove this item from your credit report. That's how to clean up your credit report dings, blemishes, and negative items, and do so legally and by exercising your rights as a consumer. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, to wrap this up, you're very literally swimming with sharks dealing with Jefferson Capital Systems, and especially dealing with any late stage debt collection agency or junk debt buyer, and there's blood in the water, quite literally. These guys are incredibly aggressive. They very often deploy legal resources, as in suing consumers for payment. At the end of the day, your credit score is a lot like your grade point average in glory school days past. It doesn't matter if you're acing all your courses if you're failing underwater basket weaving, because that's going to mess up your overall GPA. This same principle is true of your credit score, and even more so of your credit score. FICO is very open about this. And this is why we encourage our members to consider professional, legal, and legitimate credit repair companies to help with this. Because in 2016 alone, over 9 million negative items were removed from consumer credit reports. One of the best firms is the Credit Pros. They've helped their clients remove collections, late payments, charge-offs, judgments, liens, and so many more negative credit report items. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation. The toll-free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article on our website for the full story. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. And of course, subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.